perpetuity. We will be doing these many sums in the first unit. These are varieties. So we are doing sums on time value of money. Under time value, you have future value, present value, and other problems. Under future value, single cash flow, series of cash flow, annuity, perpetuity. And the present value, the same single, series, annuity, perpetuity. And for other problems, you have interest rate problems, time period, and doubling. Or you can call it as rule of doubling. Done, all of you written? Krupa, you're done? Krupa, you finished? Can you just go to Pawan and tell him to give financial management table value? I think black color, like statistics you had, no, those booklets, like that, financial management are there. Finished writing? Okay, now what do you understand by the word single cash flow and series of cash flow? You're going to give you 20 single amount. You keep 5,000, you get 20,000. Okay, you invest 100 rupees today, I'll give you 100. I'm going to give you. After 5 years, after 10 years, we are going to receive a single cash flow. What do you mean by series of cash flow? I'm not going to receive only one cash flow after 10 years, but every year I'll receive something. First year profit 5,000, second year profit 8,000, third year profit 9,000, and so on and so forth for 10 years. So that is series of cash flow. Every year I'm receiving something or the other, which I have to take to either future or get it to present. In both future and present, you have that single cash flow, series of cash flow, single and series, right? So single is one time receipt or payment, that is a lump sum amount. Series is every year you either receive or you pay, and that is for a series of number of years. So 5 years, 10 years, 15 years. Okay, then what is annuity? Annuity is also series of cash flow, but we call it annuity because it is giving you same amount every year. Now when I say series of cash flow, first year 10,000, second year 9,000, third year 8,000, it can be different. But when I say annuity, every year I will receive 10,000. So same amount for the next 5 years, 10 years, we call it as annuity because the amount is not changing. Okay, and the last is perpetuity. Perpetuity means never ending. Business has a perpetual life. It will never end. It will keep on going. If the owner is there, not there, doesn't matter. Correct? Same way, there might be certain cash flows which are perpetual in nature. You will get it forever. Like a company may say, you buy my bonds, I will give you interest forever. Till you are alive, your hires will also get, their hires will also get. So till the company is working, you keep on getting interest. That is perpetual. It has no end. There's no 5 years, 10 years, 15 years. It's forever. So if that kind of cash flows are given, how to deal? So there are totally 4 types of cash flows. Each one how to deal. When we find future and present value, we will understand. Okay. Now these are the tables which are very important. For first few classes, I'll give you this. After that, you have to get it Xerox. Because you need this at home also if you're practicing. And you can't carry this home. So because you don't have the table, you don't study at home. Which I don't want. Okay. So I want you to get it Xerox. Either take the same one from Pawan and get it Xerox and give it back to him. Or any financial management textbooks you have or you can take from library. The last few pages are these things only. Take a Xerox of that. Fine. Just at least one on one table. If there are more, each one can take one. This is completed. We are doing sums on future value today, and first we will start with the single cash flow problem. Take down the finish writing. This is future value interest factor, FVIF. R is rate of interest and N is time period. Yeah, down you have to write R% N years. Put a comma in R% comma N years. So R is the percentage, N is time. Done. What 1%? R% comma N years. Done. I wonder when your speed will increase. At this speed, trust me, we will be like the situation in accounting. Last module I had to do only two sums because there was no time. If you have to do that with FM, you will be at risk. So you have to be a little fast. And to be fast, you have to occupy front benches. You sit there and make small eyes, big eyes, nothing else. You don't have any zooming like your mobile. Can't zoom the board and see. Right? You have to come ahead. And after my class, go back if you wish to. But at least in the class where I'm teaching sums and writing on the board, front benches are always there for you. Okay, now this is the formula method for which we will not use those tables. If you don't want to use the formula method, we go through the table and we solve it. Usually all the sums I will do using the table. But first few sums I will show you both the methods. Why we are using table? Because this n value will be too high sometimes. Suppose n is 10 years. What you have to do? You have to do 1 plus r and multiply it 10 times. 1 plus r raised to n means you have to, like suppose r is 10%, so you have to do 1.1 into 1.1 into 1.1 10 times. And in the calc, if you do it 9 times and leave it, you will get a different answer. 10 is still okay if it is 30. Or else you should have a scientific calc which gives you directly raised to sign and raised to 30. It will give you direct answer. Okay, otherwise the best way is to use the table, because in the table the factor values are already there. We have to just see for that percentage, that many years, what's the value. You get this value, multiply it with present value. So take down the first sum. We'll do it using both the methods and then we'll decide what is to be done further. Find the future value find the future value of rupees 20,000. Find the future value of rupees 20,000 at 10% for 5 years. Find the future value of rupees 20,000 at 10% for 5 years. Okay, so what is the question? What you have to find? So future, we don't know. That's the question mark. Future value of what? So that 20,000 is in present. You have 20,000 now. I'm asking you to find its future value. So what is that 20,000? Present value. Okay. So 1,000 you are going to invest. So they have given you that rate of return. What is the interest rate given? So how many years you are investing? So to find the future value, if you keep 20,000 somewhere for 5 years at an interest rate of 10%, might be you do a 5 years FD and rate is 10%. So what will be the value after 5 years? We have to find. So first we'll do the formula. R is 10%, we convert it to decimals and take it always. So 10%, if you do 10 divided by 100, it will be 0.1. Okay, so 1 plus 0, and n is 5 years, so raised to 5. Getting it? This is the formula. Present value into 1 plus r raised to n. Present value is 20,000. 1 plus r is 10%, which means 0.1 raised to 5. So you will get 1 raised to 5. 1 plus 0.1 is 1.1. So see what is the present. 0.1 raised to 5. So 1.1 multiplied 5 times. 0.05. Multiply 20,000. 210. This is the future value. So if you keep 20,000 for 5 years at 10% rate of interest, you will get 32,000 210. Any doubts? Now the same we will do using the table, which is the second formula. Okay? So we'll write it. You have to find the take out your table, leave the first, including the cover page, leave the first 3 pages and go to the 4th page where it is written future value interest factor. Including cover page, leave 3 pages. And the 4th page, it's written there future value interest factor, FVIF. This is what is written there. Got it, all of you? Now look at that table. If you see at that table at the beginning there is period, which is N, and it starts from 0 till 30. So those are years, 0 year, 1 year, 2 year. And if you look on the other end, there are percentages, 1, 2, 3 till 13%. On the next page if you go, the percentages are more, 14, 15, 16, so it's up to 40%. Not all numbers up to 40, after 20 it directly becomes 24, 28 and so. Got that table, all of you? Now what is the percentage that we are looking for? 10%. So that you will get on the first page only. See where is 10%. And now I want 5 years. So come down there and see where is your 5th year. 10%, 5 years. What is the value that you're getting? 1.611. All of you getting it? I'll repeat it again. You have 10% here. All of you got 10%? Get it down till 5th year. 1.611 you get. Check. Yeah, it will be a little different. Didn't get. Okay. So this is the future value interest factor, 10% till 5th year. So that is 1.61. All you got it? In some of the books might be it is on the 4th page. So check it properly. Anyone who has difficulty in seeing the table? Because this you will do it not only in the first unit but also in the 3rd unit. When we do NPV IRR, actually entire FM is dependent on this table. If this is not there, you can't write the final exam. So this will be given in the exam also. So if you are not seeing it correctly, you will see some other value and the entire answer will change. Okay. So now you got the value, multiply it 20,000 in. You see what you calculated and what is there here is a little different. Reason being the table values are always rounded off. Here your value was 1.6105. What they have done, they have rounded it off. Instead of taking 0.5, because it is 5, the next number they have taken is 1. So it is 1.611. When you round off, little bit of amount will increase. So 10 rupees difference it is showing. Okay. You do whichever method in the exam, you will get marks. This difference of 10 rupees will not have an impact because each faculty who teaches FM knows that when you take formula method, you get exact answer. When you take table, you get rounded off figures. So this is the rounded off value. Actually, I don't think decimals end here also. There were few more. So it would have still come into decimals. This is also not accurate answer. We just took 4 digits after the decimal. If there are 10 digits, if you take all 10, it will be still a little different. Might be 212 point something. Okay. Any doubts with the first problem? Only 1 digit is left. Okay. So it would have still changed a little. Same. It will be same. Okay. Huh. Okay. Any doubts? First sum, any doubts, anyone? This is single cash flow. I told you you have money, you're investing only once and you're getting it back. So I'm investing only 20,000 and I want to know its value after 5 years. Okay, what do we mean by series of cash flow? If I invest every year, first year I invest 20,000, next year I invest 10,000, next year I invest 5,000. So that is series. Every year I'm investing and I want to take everything to future. That is next part. We'll do it later. Similar type of one or two more sums we'll practice first. Okay, so take down the second sum. Find the future value. Find the future value of rupees 25,000. Find the future value of rupees 25,000 at 12% for 12 years. At 12% for 12 years. Should we start? We'll do both the methods or we'll do table. How much? What the value? Future value. So that is question mark. What is the present value? How much is? Now look into the table on the same 12% and go till 12 years. 3.96. Multiply. How much? 90. Everyone got it? Done? Should I dictate the next? Find the future value. Find the future value from the following information. Find the future value from the following information. Take down in that first one. Rupees 80,000. Rupees 80,000 at 16%. Rupees 80,000 at 16% for 8 years. Second one, rupees 10,000 at 8% for 3 years. Rupees 10,000 at 8% for 3 years. Finished? Third one, rupees 5,000 at 5% for 20 years. Rupees 5,000 at 5% for 20 years. These are three different sums. Solve it.
period. 16%.
Next. Here it is still 30. Next page.
Okay.
16% you will find it on the next page. 80. खाली बसलाय. टेबल कुठे आहे? काय 16% for 8 years. लिख ना. का मुहूर्त नाही. हा तिकडं 80,000 ब्रॅकेट मध्ये फ्युचर व्हॅल्यू इंटरेस्ट ब्रॅकेट 16%, 8 years. 80,000 ब्रॅकेट मध्ये काय लाईक कर आणि आन्सर आणि येतो परत दुसरे 2 बी कर. Tell your other classmates that the syllabus has started and this is base. If you don't understand this, imagine the future problems. Basic thing is to see the table and see what are the factors and how to do. So tell them to report. What is the answer? 2,62,240. Second one. Okay. 12,600, no? Second one. Third one. First answer 2,62,240.
3.278. No.
2,4 it is.
262,240. 262,240. This is as a formula. I'm getting 270.
Yeah. They have got 240, right? Oh. $5,000 है ना वैल्यू?
5,000 at 5,000 for 20 years.
So 5,000 into 2.653, 13,265. Next, answer. Venkatesh will do it on the board. Okay. Clever. Done, all of you? You want me to do some more sums on single cash flow? We'll go to series of cash flow. For everything, I am first teaching you basics. Then when we go to question papers, you will understand how technical. This type of sums will not come for exam. This is just to know table. You don't have 1 mark in the exam, 3 marks question. So for 3 marks, write the next question. Calculate the future value. Imagine I give 3. Calculate the future value at the end of 5 years. Calculate the future value at the end of 5 years for the following series of cash flows. For the following series of cash flows at 10% rate of interest. Take down rupees 10,000 at the end of first year. Rupees 10,000 at the end of first year. Below that you write rupees 20,000 at the end of second year. Rupees 20,000 at the end of second year. Next, rupees 30,000 at the end of third year. Rupees 20,000 at the end of fourth year. 20,000 at the end of fourth year. Rupees 15,000 at the end of fifth year. How much it is? Now listen to me for some time and then we will do all this. We have to find the future value. Future value means I have to take all these cash flows to the fifth year. Fifth is the future. Beyond that I don't know how many number of years I'll be. So fifth year is the future value. And all the years are but we are starting at the end of the first year. First year is over. And then I am finding the future value. Okay, so how it will look, just see here, I'll show you the timeline. This first year cash flow, I have to take it till the end of fifth year. Okay? 1, 4. How many years ahead I have to go? 4 years. Why I am explaining this is it's important. Fifth year means you will take 5. It's not 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. From end of first year, I have to go to end of fifth year. So how many times? 4 times. Suppose it was beginning of first year. Beginning of first year is 0. This is my first year, beginning. So I am at 0. Then if it was beginning, taken from 0. From beginning till end 1 year. So then it would have been 5 years. Then 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. But because we are starting first year, that means first year is already over. I am at the end of it and I am investing. So I am not taking that year. After this, whatever are there, I am considering. So after this, there are only 4 cycles. Okay, so here it is 4 years. Now we'll see the next. Second year flow till fifth year. So how many? Second year end I'm doing. So from second to third year, third to fourth year, fourth to fifth year. 3 years. Okay, then 2. And fifth year is already in the fifth year. It's future only. At the end of the fifth year means it's already in future. So for fifth, I have to take 0 years. So the number of years will be 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Why this is required? To see the table. Okay, I'll solve it first. You can copy it later. Rate given it for different years. Okay, so how I at the end of first year I have to go till fifth year 1, 2, 3, 4 times. So 10% for 4 years. Next will be is to go 3 times ahead. Then value interest factor at 10% for 2 years. Future value 10% for 1 year and 1 to 10%. Okay, and then once you take 4 columns, we write the year, we write the cash flow, we find the future value factors, multiply the cash flow with the future value interest factor to get the future value. So now look into the table, go to 10% and tell me what is the value of 10% for fourth year. 1 point. Exactly 1 or 1.00. Is this fine? Now we multiply this 10,000. Sorry, I should have written it. Value. If you multiply 10,000 with the factor, you will get the future value of the first cash flow. So 10,000 into 1.464. How much? 331. 30,000 into 1.210. 30,000 into 1.100. 15,000 into total of all the cash flows. This is called as series of cash flow. Every year we are investing and I want to know the future value of all my investments. Okay? Never treat it as a separate problem. I have given you 5 sums. You should not solve it as 5 different problems. Reason being, the rate of interest is same for all 5. The previous sum which I gave, amount was also different, rate was also different, years were also different. Remember 80,000 at some percentage for some years. Then next was some other amount at whatever percentage. So those were different sums. This is cash flows at 10% at the end of 5th year. So years are 5, rate is 10%, which is common. So that means it's a series of cash flow. Total this. You invest this. If you keep 10,000 FD this year, next year 20, next year 30, at the end of 5th year, the total amount that you will get is 1,14,560. Is this fine? We'll do some more sums of this kind, but I hope at least 50% of it has gone in. This type of sums will come for exam. Hmm? 3 marks, 7 marks. Even it can come for 10 marks, but you will not have 5 years, then you will have 10 years or 8 years. So more number of years becomes lengthy and of the year, so we have taken 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. If it was beginning of the year, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, Mega, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50, 51, 52, 53, 54, 55, 56, 57, 58, 59, 60, 20, 26. Roll number 6. Okay. Anyone else? Collect the table, give it to Pawan. Take only one copy for Xerox. All of you don't take all the copies. मंजीत, लास्ट बेंच पे भी 2 ऐसे ही है एक्स्ट्रा. टेक इट फ्रॉम